ruthless biker kicks a dog for fun, he unknowingly crosses paths with John Wick, the last person you want to provoke. What starts as a casual walk with a dog quickly turns into an explosive reminder that no one messes with a man's best friend. The hustle of the John Wick film set was winding down as the director called for a break. The crew scattered for lunch, some to the catering truck, others chatting amongst themselves. John Wick, portrayed by the legendary Keanu Reeves, stood off to the side watching his dog Daisy, a sweet, well-trained beagle, lay calmly at his feet. John's eyes softened as he knelt down, brushing his hand gently over Daisy's head. "Let's get some fresh air, girl," he muttered, his voice warm and steady. "Keanu," a voice called from the crew. "We're heading to the deli on Atlantic Avenue. You coming?" John looked up, smiling faintly. "You guys go ahead," he said, nodding toward Daisy. "I'm gonna take her for a walk. She could use a bit of time outside." The dog handler, a lanky crew member with a clipboard, stepped forward. "Mr. Reeves, I can take Daisy for the walk if you want to rest. It's my job." John gave a gentle smile. "I appreciate it, but I want to bond with her more for the next scene. Besides, she's been through a lot recently. A good walk will help." After a brief pause, the handler nodded. "All right, just don't go too far. She's sweet, but she's a bit feisty sometimes." John and Daisy left the controlled chaos of the film set and stepped into the warm, bustling streets of Brooklyn. The sun beat down, and the noise of the city filled the air. John, with his leather jacket on and his usual composed demeanor, walked alongside Daisy, her leash held loosely in his hand. The city was alive, the pavement shimmering under the midday heat. Daisy's little feet clicked rhythmically against the sidewalk, her tail wagging as she trotted along beside John. But soon, her panting became heavier, her body starting to feel the heat. "Let's find you some water," John said quietly, scanning their surroundings. As they turned the corner, a row of motorcycles came into view. The unmistakable rumble of engines filled the air. A sign above the entrance read, "Iron Horse," a biker bar known for its rough crowd. John hesitated for a moment, but then saw it, a public water fountain beside the bar. Relief washed over him as he pulled Daisy toward it. He filled up the collapsible water bowl and set it down for Daisy. She immediately drank, lapping up the cool water. John looked up as a few bikers walked by, their tough expressions softening when they saw Daisy. "Good dog you got there," one of them commented, offering a nod to John. "Thanks," John replied, his voice calm and measured. "She's been through a lot, just like the rest of us, I guess." Biker raised an eyebrow. "Ain't that the truth?" Just then, a waitress from the bar stepped outside. Her face lit up when she saw Daisy. "What a sweet dog," she exclaimed, crouching down to pet her. Daisy licked her hand, wagging her tail enthusiastically. "She's kinder than most of the guys inside," the waitress added, laughing softly. John gave a small, appreciative smile. "Yeah, she's a good girl." But as they shared the moment, something changed in the air. John's sharp eyes noticed a group of bikers standing near the entrance to the bar, their postures aggressive. One, a large man with a leather vest and tattoos all over his arms, stepped forward. "You need to get your mud out of here," the biker growled, eyeing Daisy. "This is our place. We don't need dogs or anyone like you around here." John's expression hardened, his body tensing as he stood between Daisy and the man. "You really want to make a problem out of this?" he asked, his voice calm, but carrying an undeniable weight of authority. The biker smirked, stepping closer. "What are you gonna do, old man? This is our turf, and that dog doesn't belong." Just as John was about to respond, the bar's door flew open, and a larger group of bikers emerged, their movements quick and decisive. One by one, they surrounded John and Daisy, clearly on edge. "You heard him," one of the newcomers said, his voice low and cold. "We don't want any trouble here." The large biker scoffed. "Who the hell are you to tell me what I can and can't do?" John didn't budge, his stance unwavering. "You'll want to walk away now." The air was thick with tension. The bikers snarled, sizing each other up, the conflict brewing. Suddenly, the sounds of engines revving cut through the tension. A sleek black motorcycle roared into the parking lot, the engine sound signaling the arrival of someone not to be trifled with. The new arrival was a tall man with a cold gaze, his face hidden behind dark sunglasses. "That's enough," he said, his voice cutting through the chatter. The aggressive bikers backed off at the sight of him, recognizing the authority in his voice. The man approached, his movements controlled and deliberate.